Hey, y'all, guess what season we're entering? Strawberry season. You know, February, why does February seem so early for a strawberry?
I know, it does to me too, but it's the start of it.
It's the start of it. And how long does it last?
It's only about a month and a half, 2 months at the
Yeah,
most.
yeah. Well, we are going to start out honoring the strawberry with a recipe I bet y'all have never used. And it's a strawberry biscuit casserole, which sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So we're going to have to do this in 2 steps. I've got my strawberries, and let's see, I needed 2 pounds of fresh strawberries hulled and quartered. I've got my sugar that I'm gonna pour over them. I've got a couple of eggs that I'm gonna lightly beaten before I add them in there. You know, our chickens are still slow about laying eggs, but I had one from the grocery store, Eddie, and I reached in there and I happened to get one from our coop. You would not have, you'd have been blown away by the difference in color.
Yeah, the yolk is very vibrant.
One was a pale yellow, and then the yolk out of our coop was like that color. I'm not lying. All the difference in the world. All right, so I'm gonna do my eggs, lemon zest and lemon juice, a little cornstarch, a little cinnamon, and then I'm gonna let this sit for about 30 minutes. All right, so there's my lemon juice, my zest. That's gonna keep those strawberries nice and fresh. I need to reach in here and get me something to stir with. Can you imagine this on top of biscuits? Sounds delicious. All right, so here's my cornstarch. I'm just gonna sprinkle that over our strawberries, and that's gonna make it kind of nice and thick. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and looks like about a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm just gonna mix this up real good, and I'm gonna set it aside for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and put this together. You heard me say biscuits in the recipe, so we're gonna be doing our trick and adding this to the biscuits. So there we go, 30 minutes. Okay, y'all, we're coming back to our strawberry biscuit casserole, and we have let our strawberries sit in the lemon juice, the lemon zest, the sugar, cornstarch, and a couple of eggs. So I'm gonna take my casserole dish, and it reminds us to bake this in about a 3/4. I don't know what this one is, but it'll be all right. Now, it has been so long since I made this recipe. So long, like years. It would have been maybe when I first started on TV. But anyway, it's been a long time. And to me, this just doesn't look like it has enough liquid. So you know what I'm gonna do? I don't have any orange juice, but I've got one of those pear drinks. So I'm just gonna do that to it. What did I add? Maybe 1/4 a cup, 1/3 of a cup. And I may ruin it, but that's all right. I'm just going by my gut. And you know I got plenty of gut. All right, now we're using Pillsbury Grand biscuits, and we're just cutting them in half. And we're gonna get this ready. Okay, couldn't remember what came first. I'm gonna stick my finger in there and see if that'll, tastes good. All right, so I'm gonna arrange half my biscuits. And like I said, we saved the paper so you could see. Let's see what's in here. Is that, yeah, an 8 count of Pillsbury Grands. Okay, I think that's half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. That'll make 8. So that'll be 1 can. And you can see how that fits down in my casserole very nicely. All right, so I'm gonna ladle half of my strawberry mixture. And another thing, you know, like when you're dealing with bread puddings and things like that, I don't like a real dry bread pudding. So I'm just kind of CYAing. What y'all think? What y'all think? Okay, here we come with the other can of biscuits. And you can see how I'm laying them. Just kind of tucking them in. Like when you go to bed at night and you're sleeping with somebody, how you tuck up to them. That's the way these biscuits are headed. They snuggling. So we'll know pretty quickly if I was wrong in adding that Sprite. But if you don't have a Sprite and you feel like me, you feel like you need a little more juice, you can use orange juice or lemonade, anything. This looks pretty good, doesn't it? Hot strawberry shortcake. We used to have a cheer that said something about shortcakes. I can't remember it, though. That's been way too long. Strawberry shortcake, huckleberry pie, VICTORY, 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 Albany High. But we did a little bit more movement back then. All my girlfriends. All right, so now I'm kind of just getting the strawberries, and I'm going to leave some of that juice there. And as it's cooking, if it looks dry, I can pour the rest of that on there. All right, now we're going to top this with turbinado sugar, which looks like a big grained brown sugar. Now that's how much the recipe called for. And this is how much Paula's putting. That wasn't even enough to cover the top. And Teresa said, I know there ain't no way you're going to use that little bit of sugar. So I brought you the box. Yum, this looks delicious. And y'all remember that I love y'all very much. All right, in the oven, about 25 or 30 minutes, 350. Y'all, look at our strawberry casserole. I think this casserole dish I used was a 2-quart. And I needed a 3-quart. So I don't know yet if I made a mistake adding that Sprite. But we'll soon find out when I spoon it up. Just a little topper. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay. Here comes the unveiling Wow. Teresa, come see what you think. I think that I made a good call.
Oh, yeah.
See what you
Well, I can
think.
look at it. I can look
Yeah.
at that and tell if it had less juice in it, it would be a
Yeah.
problem.
I think so too. So what would you say I put? Maybe a fourth of a cup of Sprite. Not much at all, but just enough to make me feel better. Uh-oh. Whose phone is that?
Yours.
Who is it?
It's Elaine.
Would you answer it, please? It's going to be so hot.
She's on camera right now. Okay, I will. Okay.
Delicious. Delicious, y'all. Loving Best Dishes, y'all. Enjoy strawberry season. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Loving Best Dishes, y'all.